Hi, I'm awake. I promise. I swears. I swears it. It's been a day and a half. Okay, so just to get it out of the way, I am going to try to be as best as I can be on the managing of the chaos today. But last night we heard a loud thing, sounded like glass shattering, and woke both of us up from a sound sleep. And we searched everywhere and we found nothing at all. Nothing. Everything was fine. But the adrenaline had done what woke us up, so it was very hard to go back to sleep. So, and I've tried to nap twice today, and my body was like, no, we have chosen wakefulness, which is a lie. So I apologize for anything that I might say or do or forget to do or what have you, like sharing the link to join the stream, because I did that. Yeah, it's going to be fun. The chaos is real. Hi, if anybody doesn't know me, my name is Charlie, and I'm not alone. I am joined by the wonderful Megan McCarthy, the amazing Cat in a Box, and the one who instigates all things and makes us buy more journals than we probably should, Laura Nettles, and the victim of said crimes, Carrie H.
Yeah.
How's everybody doing?
Pretty good.
Eating pizza, so I'm good.
Ooh, pizza.
I want pizza.
I may have eaten way too quickly because my brain is really not working, and I was helping Carrie with a thing and looked at the time and thought, I don't know why, I thought it said it was 3:30 when I looked at the clock, and had a panic attack and rushed out of our call and quickly scarfed down a whole plate of spaghetti, like a lot faster than I probably should have. I think don't know. And then went, oh, I've got like an hour before the... What? So I'm doing really well today. That's the moral of the story. So, oh my. But I am very excited with the thing that I was playing around with Carrie, and can't wait till we have something to show y'all. So I think that's going to be fun. I'm just glad Joe didn't come home in the middle of it. That is such a bad inside joke, but it's fine. I may have told the people on screen the thing because
Laura was not here when you told us.
Oh yeah, so I will put it in
Only some people on the screen know.
I'll put it in private chat so that you know. There's a certain phrase that I don't think Carrie wants me to put onto the internet. But nothing bad happened. It's all good. It's just it would have been very awkward to explain. Okay, so what happened was so much chaos. I don't know what I'm doing today. Before I get into chat, I have no idea what I'm doing today. I may be doing more of the arts, but you know, brain be braining. I'm not going to go through every twist and turn in the water adventure.
The chat going on before the show.
Yeah, if you just got here and have not seen the epic water drama that is currently going on, I highly recommend that you head back, because I'm pretty sure some kind of Lovecraftian nightmare is stealing water from underneath Jules' house. It's the only thing that makes sense. And it's sad that that's the only thing that makes sense. But
Or they totally don't, or the person doesn't know how to read the meter.
yeah. Well, that's not as fun.
Or somebody siphons from your faucet at night and fills their own swimming pool.
Hey Spence, how are you doing?
To house a Lovecraftian being in.
Hello, CB. Hello, Carrie, with the double duty in the chat, because I am a child, especially today. And the giggles. Push the giggles down. Push the giggles down. I'm fine. Duty. You said duty. Okay, I'm better. I'm gonna have to watch Ralph Breaks the Internet again soon. Hi Maggie, how are you doing today? I hope all is well. Oh
I haven't seen
yeah,
Ralph Breaks the Internet, but Joe said that he and Anna were watching Incredibles 2 the other day, and every time Jack was on screen, she's going, "Baby, baby."
so I love the Wreck-It Ralph movies way too much. Ralph Breaks the Internet may be my absolute favorite one. It has spawned an entire cinematic universe that I have been secretly writing things for years now, and may someday make public.
Is this your Princess Rescue Squad?
That would be my Princess Rescue Squad stuff, because it has been a lot of research, a lot of reading, and way too much world building for a stupid, silly fairy tale story. Have you met me?
Oh, Princess Rescue Squad.
Yeah. Not all of it's up on the World Anvil. Very little of it actually is up on the World Anvil. I have a Scrivener project though that's just incredibly full. Yeah, what is it with the weird noises? What? At least you figured out what it was. Brian thinks there were a few dishes in the sink, and he thinks they settled just right to make the sound, but it sounded like shattering glass. Like I don't know. Yeah, I have no idea what it was. Welcome back. Hello, cool gamer.
You want to see what it's
Oh,
all
man.
Laura's fault that I bought?
And what was it, the journals?
I was waiting for this.
This is going to be
Ooh.
my Q4 journal.
Nice.
Oh, it's got polka dots on the.
They're flowers.
Oh, they're flowers. Oh, that's so cute.
Mm-hmm. And
Oh,
then
now I see it.
I don't know what this one is going to be,
Ooh,
but shiny.
nice.
That's the journal for when I start teaching you the magics.
And your journal for your magics is stuck in the mail.
So, yeah, I'm going to do that. So, I have not been doing the writing because my brain and I are not having the best time when it comes to, like, I tell it to be creative and it's like, okay. I'm like, no, on the story. Oh. But I was creative. Like, yeah, technically, yes, you were creative.
Specific enough in your initial request, so any further requests are denied.
So since Friday, I have made there we go. It did share. Okay, sometimes when I put it full screen, it stops sharing, so I didn't put it up yet. So since Friday, I have made 17 cards for this Oracle deck that I am working on. And I am probably going to pretty up a couple of them. That's probably my favorite one right there. Fairly simple, fairly straightforward. I'm really enjoying the process of putting this together. I have figured out what the other 56 cards in the deck are going to be.
How many total are you doing?
It's going to be smaller than a tarot deck, but it's 56 plus 17, and I can't do the math, so that's because
74.
yeah,
70, yeah, something.
because 78.
The tarot deck is 78.
Yes, tarot deck is 78, and that's because there are 22 major arcana in a tarot deck, and I'm making a creation spirituality meditation oracle deck, and so instead of the major arcana, I use the stations of the cosmic Christ, and I'm doing each of the suits is one of the 4 paths, and I'm really excited about this project. I'm really excited about how others have been responding to this project. It's really cool when you show other people stuff and their first question is, and I can buy this when? So, and the fact that I've gotten quite a few, I can buy this when, has been kind of mind blowing in a way. So we're probably going to end up doing a Kickstarter for it, but I want to get all the cards done. And I've started doing the template for the first suit of cards.
There's a wet nose on my toes.
So if all things come together just right, that's what I'm going to be working on. This stream is trying to get more of the cards at least figured out or done. The face cards are going to be the most difficult because I have like 9 different ideas of what I want them to look like, and I need to settle down on the one so that the face cards at least are in the same style across the deck. That would be helpful and handy just a little bit. But yeah, I'm having a lot of fun doing this, and yeah, it's about 6 less than a Tarot deck. Thank you for the nice words. Yeah, I'm really excited about this project. This is one of those things that happens like so many things that happen, and why I've been spontaneously yelling I'm not buying a cow. I've been having very vivid dreams lately, and in one of the dreams that I had, I guess it'd be Thursday night because I started these on Friday. I had a dream that I was sitting at a table with Saint Bridget, and she was putting out cards from a deck, and I only got to see about 5 or 6 of the cards, but I got an idea of what the cards were, what the deck was, and got really obsessed with making it. And you can actually tell which ones are the ones that I saw because they're much more dreamlike than the others. Because I was trying to capture that sense of dream, and I got really obsessed with the idea of making these for myself. Found a printer that a lot of other people that have made Oracle cards have used that will gratefully let me order just one deck so I can see what they look like printed to see if changes need to be made. Not that expensive for just one deck either, but they do bulk discounts. So kind of excited about the process. Did not really think about them being for other people other than me because did not expect the reaction I got when I shared them to one of the groups that I shared them to, more as a, hey, look what I did. And then the response was, ooh, pretty, when can buy? I'm like, what?
Did you share with them with anyone in your class?
Yeah, actually, I did. Because a lot of people, since this Thursday is our last class, a lot of people have been doing gratitude offerings where they're like, here's a poem that I wrote that I wanted to share with you all to like our memories together, like stuff like that. And I thought this would be a great gratitude offering. Like, I've been working on these. I thought y'all would like them. Here you go. So what I did for it, and yeah, the reaction was more than I expected. Oh, same.
So you're accidentally working on a nonfiction book, and you're accidentally working on an Oracle card deck. So when are these coming?
If I can keep on schedule, probably by September or October. Probably October, we'll be doing the Kickstarter for the deck.
That'd be cool.
Because I want to get all of them done, and I want to do turnaround at least on one set of them, just to see what they look like printed. Because just because something looks good on the computer does not mean it will look good when it's in ink. When it's actually been printed out. So I need to hold a physical copy, and it's really going to depend on what they look like when I get that test deck back. But yeah, this is not the path I saw myself really going down. Like, there's part of me that's like, I want to be writing my Daily Sci-Fi story right now, and it's just like, no, you're going to be making like artwork and stuff. So
So on my querying journey for Seeds of Doubt, the middle grade horror, I keep getting the response, your query hooked me, but your first pages let me down. So I've gone through and I've reworked chapter 1, and I've had a couple people go over it, and I'm really excited. Like, I definitely think it's better. But, like, how do you know when to try and query again? Because there's only so many agents that do middle grade horror.
Oh man.
I've already burned through 15 of them.
See, I am the exact opposite person of the right person to ask this question to, because my experience with traditional publishing, with the exception of my relationship with John Hart, who is one of the best editors I have ever worked with in my life, like, hearts to him, like, learned so much. Everything else was terrible, and I hated it, and I never want to go back ever. Like, burn the industry down. So I'm the wrong person to ask about this for advice, because I'm just like, why not just go indie? Like, why not?
That's
Like,
hard to do with middle grade, though.
it is. Like, I get that.
I want a Scholastic book fair. That is my dream.
I understand. I don't know. Like, may your experience in traditional publishing be better than mine, which it will by definition, just because you don't have the extra benefit of them saying, oh, and can you lie about who you are and tell people that you're not married? So if anybody can find any of the early bios on my early stuff, they're not fun. They're nightmare hellscapes that I'm glad I got away from. But with all that being said, I think whenever no book feels finished, no book will ever feel finished. Even after it's published, it will never feel finished. I have friends that have been writing as long as I have, if not longer. And, you know, I remember talking to Peter David about this once, and he was like, yeah, there are times that I wake up in the middle of the night going, oh my, I need to rewrite this chapter, and realizing that book came out 30 years ago.
Oh man.
And I've heard Tracy Hickman say similar things. Books, literally, they will escape from you. So whenever you feel like it's strong enough to escape from your cold, dead hands, then it's time to send it out into the world to see if it can find a home. Because you'll never feel that it's ready. Don't pretend that you will, because that'll keep you from putting anything out into the world. Just try and try and try again, and try again and try again, because it's just always going to be out
Can you
there.
repeat query someone like, hey, I fixed this?
Nope. Nope.
Because that's really the best advice I can give you, because no matter how good you think it is, one, you don't know what they're looking for that day. You don't know if they actually didn't like your story or not. This is the one thing that everybody who's querying needs to understand. A rejection may have nothing to do with you. I have friends that are editors. I have a couple friends that are agents. They're very honest when you talk to them that sometimes they're having a bad day and just hit the auto reject on everything in queue, because there's just too much there and they need to start fresh. Like, it happens. And so you need to, like, realize it doesn't always reflect on you as a writer. But just whenever you're ready to let it escape, whenever you think it's strong enough to escape.
I have a cousin's kid who read the short story version of this that he really liked, which is actually now the midpoint of the novel. So,
You could see if he likes the first chapter,
yeah.
if they're willing.
Yeah.
Because the biggest fight with a lot of this is they may not like the sentence structure in your first sentence.
Mm-hmm.
Because one friend of mine who is an editor has told me that she's very particular, and she's like, I don't know why all you authors like to do this one particular sentence structure to start your stories off, but I will automatically throw a book away if I see it. And I'm just like, what is it? She's like, if I have to tell you, you're not really a writer. And I'm like, I don't like you anymore. And then we got into a fight, and then we made up, and then we had margaritas. Well, I had generitas because I can't have tequila, but like, so some people are just bitchy, and like, I don't write. She was doing chick lit at the time, so I didn't write in her genre anyway. But I think I know the sentence structure she's talking about, because so many chick lit books came out at that time period that all started. So I was kind of thing, like not always those particular words, but that kind of like starting like in the middle of a conversation. Like, I'm going to write this from a conversational, like, girl boss voice. Like, so my girlfriends and I were out on the town, and like, yeah, I think I know what she was talking about. I hate that too, but man, doesn't make
That is
sense.
acceptable in like a flash piece because you literally need to start in the middle sometimes.
Yeah.
That's not what they mean by in media res.
Oh no, it really isn't. And if I can give all of my sci-fi fantasy writers out there just one hint, in media res does not mean you always have to start in the middle of a fight scene. Like, please stop it. Please
If you
Please
start
stop.
in the middle of a fight scene, there needs to be purpose.
Please, like, they don't. Every book does not have to start with that. Number two, they don't always have to be in the middle of a heist in your first scene. I don't know why this is happening all the time in fantasy books now, but like the last 4 fantasy books I DNF started with a heist. Like in the middle of a heist, like they're at the last thing about to pick a lock, and I'm like, this book isn't about a thief. Why are we here? Like, what is going on? And then read on, and like that, it was, to make it worse, it was a prologue heist. Like, we then go on to meet a whole different set of characters, and I don't know if that character ever became important again because I was so bored with them by that point. Like, just no, don't. Also, if the universe did not start until the day your book does, redo your world building. Please redo your world building. If it's very obvious that no one existed prior to the moment the book started, and that does not mean that you can get away with writing the entire history of your setting up to that point as a prologue before the book, to be like, see, there were events for no.
I think I know how you got the fingerprint on your camera.
Finger waggles. All the finger waggles. Alrighty. So I should probably pull up a timer. Yeah, they are 2 of my absolute favorites as well. Yeah, St. Breed has been in my dreams a whole lot lately, which is why I think I really disturbed Lori yesterday, because it's kind of become a catchphrase in the house. I am not buying a cow. It's no, I'm not buying a cow. Alrighty, clicking.
What about a figurative cow?
Not even a figurative cow.
What if one just like showed up at your place?
Okay, so when we talk about the ghosts at the restaurant, one of them we call Piano Man. You may have heard me talk about Piano Man and Whistler. Piano Man got called Piano Man because we were doing a ghost box session at the restaurant, and that's when we found out that our bartender was singing at night, because of Voices Clear as Day came through the ghost box that said, I like the way she sings. And we turned around and looked at her, and we're like, you sing? And she was like, got really red, and was like, yeah, when everybody's gone home and I'm finishing up the counting. She looked right up at the mezzanine and was like, I told you not to tell anybody. And then she's like, and then clear as day through the ghost box, you heard, please sing more. And she's like, okay, you get me a piano and I will sing anytime you want me to sing. And we were like, we don't have money for a piano. And then like 3 days later, somebody showed up at the wine rack. There was like, we're cleaning out my grandmother's house. We have this piano we don't know what to do with. Would you like it? Like, honest to God, we had a baby grand tried to be gifted to the wine rack. And we're like, okay, Piano Man. you are the Piano Man. Because we could not get him to say his name. And the coincidence timing on that is just too much. It's just too much. So I would not be, the moral of the story is I would not be surprised if a cow got randomly delivered to the house because this is my life. But that is why we call Piano Man Piano Man. Hello, SM. It took me for a second. I was like, "Ooh, that's all." The profile picture is so beautiful, and the name is like so fancy.
This is the second time I'm seeing you today. Well, third time because you
I
disappeared
got
in the review.
distracted for a minute. How you doing? Alrighty, let's do a race.
I'm gonna be the T-Rex.
I am probably going to make tea this sprint just because I should have done that earlier. I'm not promising because that involves standing up, which is something I really don't want to do.
You can do it.
Godzilla.
Hopefully, I will not take a nap. Luckily, other people have the ability to take over and embarrass the crap out of me if I do. And that fear of embarrassment should keep me awake. All right.
You say to a person whom you have had cat cam to make sure I was breathing.
I mean, is true. But
I was drunk.
yeah, I know if I fall asleep on the stream, it will be the day that I like little Nikki sleep. Like there will be a lot of snoring and backmasking vocals coming out of my face. Like everybody will be like, "There's a demon living in there." Like it'll be bad just because the memes of it. Like it'll be bad. So I can't let it happen. That is my luck. I'm going to pick the Xenomorph because of course I am. Alrighty. So make sure you have a rough idea of what you're going to do. I'm not going to hold you to that because you've heard my backstory. If you just need to daydream, just daydream. If you need to go get yourself some tea, go get yourself some tea. We will be back in 25 minutes, starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go! Ooh, Cloverfield is out in the lead already. Kong. It was Kong that won. Yay. So how did everybody do?
I put sticky notes in my Q4 journal to mark what I'm laying out, and then I'm numbering the other one.
Ooh.
I'm waiting on a timer so I can pour it and drink it.
I took a nice little shower and worked on my essay for the feminist anthology.
Ooh,
So, got some work done on that.
I have chicken in the oven.
Ooh.
I think it's chocolate, actually.
Nice.
I worked on an image of the Archangel Raphael, who is on one of the face cards for one of the suits. And I think I know what I want him to look like. We'll see. And triggered myself by watching a video from a creator that I generally like a lot of her stuff, but I don't think she read the person she's screaming about in the video, because she takes several quotes completely out of context, like completely out of context, to justify the points that she's trying to make. And like, it was all I could do to not like write angry screed comment in comments, but I don't want to be that person because I'm very confused. Like, I don't think you've actually read the books that you're talking about, because in context, that quote doesn't say what you're saying it says.
Yeah.
Like I'm down with some of her things. Like, was the author a good human being? By modern standards, no. By standards of his time, that's really a hard thing to talk about, because he primarily wrote from the 40s through the 70s. So societal standards were wrong back then. So we can have that conversation if you want. I'm not here to defend the individual human, because you didn't even get into the whole thing about all the times he cheated on his wife and all that. Like, if you really wanted to show him as a misogynistic piece of shit, like, there's a lot of stuff from his life you completely skipped over, because apparently you didn't actually read his autobiography where he brags about that. So you did drag 3 quotes from it, though, that, okay, fine. But, like, it felt so cherry-picked. Like, you can see I'm still struggling. That's why I'm going to work on a party picture now. Alexa, stop. And now I can have tea. But, like, I get what she was trying to say. I think she could have made her argument without misquoting someone. That's what I take. Like, I don't actually even disagree with a lot of the argument that she's making. It's just your quotes are cherry-picked out of context to make your argument seem more valid. Then if anybody looks your quotes up in the original source material, will quickly discover that's not what he's talking about. Like, she takes one quote about, like, here's how he's just horrible and doesn't understand that poor people exist, from a section where he's talking about a debate that he had with a guru in India about the meaning of Sanskrit words. Like, the actual quote that you're pulling out is his way of understanding what a guy in India was trying to explain various Sanskrit words to mean. That has nothing to do with American capitalism. Did he support American capitalism? Yes, because, again, 1950s. Of course he did. You could say bad things about that all day long. But the quote that you picked is when he was talking to Ramakrishna in India. When he was 23, which would have been... So he's recounting a story that happened when he was 23, which means the story would have taken place in 1950 51, I think. And he's recounting the story 20 years. Like, please don't cherry pick your quotes if you're making an argument. If you've not read the book that you're quoting from, don't rely on the quote that you found on the
At
internet.
least read the whole section.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it really, I feel like she read a Medium article by somebody and just took their quotes or something. I don't know how this chain of actions happened, but like that one quote in particular, like he was discussing the concept of Satchitananda with Ramakrishna. That has nothing to do with American capitalism. Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Can I ask a favor?
Yes.
Can we run a poll?
Sure.
I need a palate cleanser from that novella I read. So, I've narrowed it down to these 4. Do we want cosmic horror with Uzumaki by Junji Ito?
Una momento, por favor. Oh, I'm not on my channel on this computer. Okay, that explains everything.
Am I able to run them?
I'm like clicking on the chat, trying to figure out how to do this, and then I realized I still have Jules's stream pulled up over here, and of course it won't let me run a poll on Jules's stream that's already over. I mean, of course. Like,
That's rude. It should let mods run polls.
there it is. I'm like, there should be a button here that says create poll. Okay.
So cosmic horror is option number
What
1.
should Laura read next?
So this has some disturbing
Cosmic horror.
images, but yes, I love it. I have not
Cosmic
finished
horror?
it yet. Do I want Exorcism with a head full of ghosts? Which is supposed to be very well. This one is a poor family. The daughter develops schizophrenia-like symptoms. A Catholic priest comes in and is like, well, we can do a reality TV show and earn you guys money at the same
Dang it.
time.
What just happened?
So
Did
there's
it
a
start the
reality
poll?
TV show
Yep.
and an exorcism going on at the same time.
I
Ooh.
clicked next option. Why did you do that? Okay, I've ended the poll and started again. Okay. I'm sorry. I don't need to.
Cosmic horror, exorcism, cannibalism. Where dystopian society and humans, no longer called humans, are raised for meat. And somebody who works at the processing plant is gifted a fine specimen and starts to humanize them, which is against the law. So, do I want cannibalism? And the last one, a haunted house story by the guy who wrote the screenplay for Beetlejuice and Nightmare Before Christmas.
Ooh.
Okay, before I put it the
It's
last
one for
word
two.
there it is. My spell check refused to spell check the word cannibal, and I actually did spell it right. It was just like, no, you're not using this word. It's wrong. It's wrong. It's wrong. I had to Google it and make sure, because. Okay, next
So, cosmic
option.
horror, or
Cosmic horror,
exorcism,
exorcism,
or
cannibal.
cannibal, or haunted house.
Haunted house. What should
Charlie's setting up the poll right now because they messed up.
Yeah, it when I click next option, it went ahead and went, fine, let's just ask. There we go. Poll is up. Oh, I can't cheat on here like I can on Twitch. I can't vote in my own poll.
That's correct.
I can vote in my own poll on Twitch.
Can't vote multiple times either.
Yeah, I know. It's sad.
I have like 70,000 channel points that need to get used up.
I'm still getting building up my channel points from when I used them all for like a poll a while ago. I'm down to like 4,000 to 6,000 points right now, and I'm like, this number used to be so much bigger.
So anyway, I'm sorry about my rant. I needed to like it out into the universe because I'm so frustrated because I probably would have agreed with the video if it wasn't for the fact that, one, I actually really like this author. I have read everything they've written, including their journals from when they were in college. Like I've read every letter they've ever written, and like I know the books that she's talking about, and it just really upset me. Like, you're taking that so far out of context. You don't have to reach that hard. Like, literally, if you want to make this point, let me show you this quote in this other book where he talks about money. Did you know there's another book where he literally talks about money? There's another book where he literally talks about money, and you could have really, really supported your case over there. But no. Anyway, I'm fine. Hello, Paget. I meant to say, back to the stream. Back to your regularly scheduled content. Okay, so you didn't have to change your name. I just had a moment because I hadn't seen the profile picture before, and it took me a minute to go, oh, wait, I know this last name. Just a minute. Yeah. Today we have been so far. I think we're still under 100. Like, I need to knock on wood real quick. Yes, it is 93 outside. Woot! And feels
76.
like relative temperature is 108.
It's like 77, 78, but it's been raining all day, so it's humid.
Yeah,
It's not rain. I hate when I do that.
our heat index is 108. So
Okay, I am literally between the bottom two people here. Okay, it is 80 degrees here.
Wow.
I'm so tired of summer. Can summer go away?
And somehow the people above and below me are less.
It's
Well,
crazy.
I'm checking the actual Weather Channel thing because sometimes the temp on my computer doesn't always update. So hold on.
Woohoo for putting the stickers in the journal. Just trying to get caught up. Chat. Hi, Spence. I don't know if I said hello to you earlier. I love my roller stool. My roller stool is the greatest thing in the world. Everyone should have one. If you do dishes, get a roller stool. They're helpful and they're fun. You get bored, you just roll back and you go, whee! You just spin. And it's fun and you feel like a kid again, and it's amazing and I love it.
Why does it keep defaulting to the city my bestie lives in? Oh my gosh.
I'm just saying, like, I'm like, out of context, all of these conversations just are going to be so hard to explain to the agents when they come asking questions because, you know, like, should there be exorcism, haunted house, or cannibalism? I just got the MC well and goodly kidnapped. I mean, just context.
Me earlier talking about in this fanfic, like, no, it does not make it better that the person is mentally a grown-ass adult. She is currently 15. I have to go kidnap a 15-year-old. This is not okay, guys. That my character has to do in the fanfic. She's just so irritated.
Okay, it's 75 right now with 82% humidity.
Oh man.
How is our weather so drastically different?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be poor Brian. It's just like, say a prayer for Brian. If you light candles for people, light a candle for him because he's probably gonna hear me like going off in detail. Like, I almost went back to grab the book because I'm just like, did you read the next sentence? Like the sentence immediately. I'm really having a hard time putting this one down because usually she researches, and I feel like maybe she was busy and just I don't know where this came from. Like, I'm not so mad. Like, I'm mad about the misrepresentation in the quotes, but I'm more mad. Like, you usually put more work in than this because she makes some outrageous claims in a lot of her videos, and I generally do the reading to make sure, like, is that really what it said? And now I'm like very glad that I do that. Sorry, I'm fine. I really am. I'm going to work on a pretty picture. It'll be fine. I have tea and a pretty picture. Everything's fine. Oh. Yeah, because I deal with this a lot. Because a lot of my life is in the religious side of things, and I just want to say right now, if anybody proof texts anything to you from a religious book, they are automatically lying to you. Just assume they are lying. Every one of our traditions that exists in the world, these books are so big and have so many things in them. You can find the one sentence in any of these books that says whatever you want it to. Go, for example, My Beloved Ghost, my Swedish rock band that I love way too much, just put out a new video today about how sometimes you just need to cry so hard that the blood comes out of your eyes. It's a great song. It's called Spillways. Check out the video. It's great. But they actually quote Job out of context in the video for sometimes you just want to destroy your own soul rather than keep living. Because, yeah. Except for Job didn't actually say that. It was one of the idiots that came to be like, why don't you just die then? But it's fine because it's funny because he then goes and like does a weird interpretive dance in front of a goat shadow because of course he does. It's funny. Check out the video. But there's times to be like funny, haha, I'm quoting out of context. But if anybody ever says, I can prove it to you, it says in this magic book, yeah, those words are probably in the magic book. And so
what's the context?
And also probably somebody saying the exact opposite. Because books are big. Books are really, really big. I have a lot of words in them. Proof texting is the worst argumentation. This is why we have the logical fallacy of when somebody argues from authority, when they're relying on authority in their arguments, because you can't trust someone else's work most of the time, especially when you're just saying it has to be true. So and so said so. No.
This this reminds me of the thing where somebody was like talking about how, I don't remember what it was, but somebody basically that didn't want to give them the grant came in and was citing this one paper. And then one of the people on the other side of the table was like, so what paper is that? It was their paper. Guess who got their grant?
So if you, and I understand if people
who does things.
I understand if people here are not a fan of Harry Brewis or H Bomber Guy, as he is known on the interwebs. But if you've not seen his wonderful video, Vaccines, a Rational Response, I highly recommend this video because instead of going after anti-vaxxers in general, he goes after the one guy that everybody quotes on the measles study and shows how basically he wrote one study because he created his own vaccine for the measles and had to discredit the current measles vaccine so he could sell his vaccine. And he did so by quoting 3 of his own papers and 3 of one other guy's papers that all quote each other. Like it's all quote inception that means nothing. Like his paper is literally based on nothing. It's just.
Wasn't he trying to say that you shouldn't get the 3-in-1, but you should get 1 of each?
Yes. Yeah.
Because I'm selling 1 of each.
Yeah. He was trying to argue against the 3-in-1 because he had invented a vaccine that only worked for the measles.
Yeah.
And he wanted to make the monies. But oh my goodness, if you want to understand how quote mining works and bad quoting, like one of the papers that the guy relies on is a paper that quotes a paper by the same guy that quotes a paper by the same guy that quotes a paper by the same guy that was rejected because none of it made sense. Like it all goes back to unpublished, like it's all like a chain of unpublishable drivel. And we have the entire anti-vax movement now because of this. Like, But he's much funnier than I am. His screaming is entertaining. That's all I have to say. Like, there's something about a Welsh person when they scream. It's just funny.
Mm-hmm.
And I say this because I watch a lot of Welsh people screaming on the internet. It's kind of my favorite genre of YouTube. Angry Welsh people. Which, if you did not know that that's a genre on YouTube, you're welcome. Oh. polls on Monday. She can't vote. Yeah, it's like, I'm gonna get her out. Worked on a blog post. I'm trying to get caught up, y'all. I really am. I ranted. I'm sorry. So much rage.
Haunted House is in the lead.
So much rage. Yeah, we're going to be stopping the poll soon. So if anybody has not voted, go vote.
Those are voting.
Yeah, everything feels like a struggle. And on top of everything, I love them with all my heart, but the in-laws are going to be visiting in a couple months.
Oh
And
man.
we had the conversation yesterday about when they come. So this is so much fun. Oh my goodness. Hopefully you are able to find all the places that need to be changed.
The first name that comes to my mind for a werewolf pub is Wolf's Brew.
Or the Den.
See, nobody gets it, and I'm fine with that. But in my urban fantasy setting, the bar that they go to, the magical witchy drag bar that everybody hangs out at, is the Wand and Weaver, and very few people get it, and I'm fine with that. But I think it's hilarious, and I laugh every time I say it, and every time I type it out.
There's a British pub in the town in my contemporary fantasy that's called the Blue Box, and the bricks are painted blue, and it looks really small, but it's surprisingly roomy on the inside. Like, how did they get all this space? It looks so tiny when you see it from the street.
The three pigs. I love
It's
it.
like bigger on the inside.
That's cute.
Okay, I kind of love Hair of the Dog. Like, I kind of like to do like the Bob's Burger rule of when you're naming something, it should be a really bad pun. Or
you can
something
name
that
it like
somebody who didn't understand what puns were thought was a really bad pun.
the Hooded Grandma.
Yes.
The Red Hood.
Consider that stolen. I'm going to put werewolves in one of my settings just so they can hang out at the Red Hood. That's amazing. That is great. Oh, so some thoughts about Glory's story with the angels, and I realized that there is an anime about angels who haven't heard from God in too long. That is one of my favorite tropes. I've seen that in a lot of stories.
Isn't there a Daniel Radcliffe TV show about that too?
Yes, and Steve Buscemi plays God, and it's so good. It's so good. I love Daniel Radcliffe. I've done all I wanted to do. This looks like fun phase. I love it. It's been random BS.
I was watching the Oregon Trail season of that show, and oh my god,
It's such a good show.
good.
So basically, they finally get in touch with God, and God has a hissy fit and decides that he's going to destroy the world because it was a mistake. He's going to destroy the world and move back in with his parents. And they're like, no, you can't destroy the world. What about us? Like, we no. And so they basically make a deal with God that they're going to make two people fall in love with each other by a certain date, or God will destroy the world. And then they realize that like they don't know what love is because they're angels and they don't do romance. So basically, imagine a bunch of ace angels trying to figure out how to cause romantic situations to happen. To trick two human beings into falling in love.
I'm going to need you to send me the name of this.
What is it? Is it called like what is it called?
Miracle Worker or
Miracle
something?
Workers, yeah. It's so because that's season 1. It's basically an anthology show. It's the same cast every season, but a different thing. There's the medieval
Second
one.
season, they're in like medieval times somewhere.
Yeah.
And the third season, I think, is they're on the Oregon Trail.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Daniel Radcliffe plays a minister. And oh my gosh, I didn't get through the whole thing, but what I saw, I
Prince
loved.
in season 2 is so good because he thinks he's a badass because his dad's a badass, and everybody like bows to him constantly out of fear because his dad might kill them. But he's just like the pretty princess prince, who just it's oh my goodness. If you need to see mincing
He-
Daniel
he's-
Radcliffe
he's the
try to be a badass, season 2 is for you. It's,
There's a
What
there's a
is
show I'm
Joey
trying
Cole's
to.
character that she likes to play on Don't Starve?
the
The soft boy.
Woody. Yeah, Woody.
Yeah, she calls. Yeah, he's that. He's
There's
just
this.
like
There's this show I'm trying to remember that basically has the same plot that no one has heard from God in forever, and they get orders, but I can't remember if this is just like a fever dream or not, but they get orders from like hamsters, like their hamster wheels, and the information comes tumbling out, and like someone follows the hamsters into the room and the room is empty and God isn't there, so they start like giving out orders and stuff. And it was like a very short-lived TV show, but I remember it existing, and I wish I could remember what it was.
That sounds fascinating. If you figure it out, I really want to know.
I'm looking it up because I remember it so vividly. It has to have been real.
But yeah,
For
if
some
any of
reason,
you,
my brain is going to that weird kids movie. I think there were 2 of them where the animals were like secret agents or some shit. And I don't know why my brain is going to that. But like the
Phineas and
cats and
Ferb?
dogs were enemies.
Oh, cats versus dogs. Cats and dogs.
Was that what it was called?
Cats and Dogs is
That was such a
like
good
low-key one of my favorite like really bad movies ever made. Like it is the
Was that
one of the
Snowball
ultimate-
or Snowbell? The
I believe
Fluffy
it's
White Cat was the villain.
I believe the villain was Snowball, which is Fluffy White Cat. So good, so bad, so good. Like yes, I'll take the extended universe.
Phineas and Ferb.
That was my first thought too. And I was like, wait a second.
Are you talking about the Animorphs? I have not read those, so I don't know.
I just saw the covers and thought they were cool.
I need to go check on my foot again. Hopefully it looks crispy now.
See, the angels in my story have been sent to Earth to have a little memory of where they came from, so they can't prove heaven and God. That's an interesting thing. What I love about in Miracle Workers is they can't do anything that defies free will, so everything that they do has to be on accident. Like it has to look like, oh, what a weird coincidence. So there are like entire episodes where they're setting up these Rube Goldberg machines of like weird drafts and people opening windows and things being knocked off of ledges and stuff to like knock. I think they're trying to get tickets to each of the people so that they will be at the same place at the same time, so that they can get them to have their meet cute and of course fall in love, because all it takes is a meet cute to fall in love. That's all it takes. They've researched it. They know. Oh, I love that. I don't know why this show exists, but I want more. I want all the more. Oh, and speaking of shows that most people don't know why they exist, but I love them. They put out the first look at the next season of Fate: The Winx Saga today. And I know I love that show when most people didn't, but see my video over on my other channel where I talk about why I loved it. But I love that in the intervening period, they realize what the show is. And they're like, so they go to the actress who plays the princess character and they're like, so what are you doing this season? She's like, drama, all the drama. And like, oh, and did we mention we have boys? And like all the like it's so over the top. Like, yeah, you figured out why we watch you. Weird monsters, topless men, and just insane drama. Yes, you got it. You figured it. You know what you are now. Congratulations. I love a show that knows what it is and doesn't pretend to be anything else. I'm not here for story. You're not meant to change my life. Just be like a really messed up fairies with cute people. And don't do anything mean to Tara or I will come for you. Anyway. If you can watch that series and not fall in love with Tara, you may not have a heart. Just saying. Though I kind of need her and Isaac from Heartstoppers to do a crossover because I need them to have shenanigans together. Like I don't want them to date or anything. I just need shenanigans. So many shenanigans. Like that's what in my head canon. That's what Isaac's doing when not on screen in Heartstoppers. Yay for finishing a blog post. That's right. We're here to do things. Ha ha. Okay, before we get started on this, let's end the poll. Boop. And the winner is. Doesn't it tell me?
Haunted house.
But why won't it tell me?
It says in the chat.
It actually does not in my chat.
It's not in my chat either.
I see it. Haunted House, 58%. Cosmic Horror, 25%. Cannibalism, 16%.
There we go.
Road.
I refreshed the screen. YouTube. So, Haunted House won by a lot.
So I shall read the elementals, followed by Uzumaki.
There is your answer. Alrighty. Sasha, you are a little dog to be shaking the entire house. You know that, right? Okay. All right, let us say goodbye to good King Kong. Go to Skull Island and serve your people well.
T-Rex.
I am sticking with my xenomorph, even though it looks like a deacon.
Marshmallow
Sticking with
Man.
it. Are you a god? All right, I promise we will do sprints. Let's get started. Make sure that you are saving your work. Make sure you're backing it up. Let's just go before I get off on another rant. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go!
I won.
I thought there might be a delivery trick here, but it went past.
Oh man.
I was waiting. I was like, it's moving away. So if I disappear quickly, that would be why. But it was weird. It was just slowly going by. Ah, the T-Rex won! Yay!
And I figured out what the TV show name was, but I think I mixed it up with two TV shows that are very similar, but I can't find the second one. But the first one is called Nobody's Looking, and it's on Netflix.
Oh,
And it's like a, what was it, Brazilian TV like show that is dubbed in English. Well, let me. Nobody's Looking. It's Brazilian.
ah,
It premiered on Netflix in November of 2019. And I swear, oh, hold up. There we go. I forgot what I was going to say now that distracted me, but that's okay. I swear there was another show just like it, though, that had a hamster, like more hamsters. I just have to discover it.
so I can click things properly. Patrick got 877 words. Nearly finished chapter 23. Yes, you had a good sprint.
I
Wow,
finished a podcast episode script.
that's amazing. You finished a podcast script.
It's a rant about how you can learn from reading bad books. But don't go seeking them out. You'll find them anyway.
On that note, some people may have remembered me saying that I recorded a video last week and then a video never came out. Yeah. No one needed it. I didn't need it. It was bad. Sorry about that. I'm trying to get out of my rant phase because they're not even like good rants. They're just like screaming vacantly into the void rants. And I gotta do better. Though you may get a rant video about the video I watched today. Oh.
I'm going to feed Roy real quick so he stops whining.
Alrighty. I mean, if it works, it works. Like,
Yes,
next couple of
princess.
things
I know
are
I
good
just
move.
did something yummy.
Yeah, I just have not. I've been in a very narrowly defined creative space lately that it feels weird because I keep wanting to say I haven't done anything. I've made 17 pictures in 4 days. I've clearly
You've done lots.
I've clearly done things, but I don't feel like I've done things. And I was talking to Brian about this over the weekend, and I think this is one of the reasons why I get so frustrated when people say nice things to me, because it's like, but I didn't do anything. Like, why are you complimenting this? Why are you saying that this? There was nothing, no work was involved in the making of this product. Sorry, there's a cute little puppy face that is very distracting. Oh, and
She's now under my desk.
I don't know if that's actually what's behind a lot of it. I think it's the like life of not having received the compliments, but it really feels like I haven't done anything, even though like clearly this is not true. It's like when I was doing Millwordy and was like, I didn't do anything this month. I did 195,000 words. Okay. I did what? Like, I don't, my brain is not registering that work is done. And I think that that's something I need to work on. I don't know what that is, but it's definitely a thing. But to get into a creative space, when you're done for the day, you think you're going to start drawing some radishes in your sketchbook. Radishes, you'll say, with a murder. Oh my goodness.
So my channel hit 400 subscribers last night.
Woo!
I'm scared to refresh my tab. See it go back down. It's like, no!
This is the way.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Mine has been fluttering in the same place for probably a year now, and I'm just like, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. If I was doing this for the money, I would be an idiot. Like, I'm doing this because I like the streaming. Is fun. Problem is, I'm very much a data-driven kind of geek person, and I'm like, but numbers need to go up. Numbers need to, yeah. What's the point if I don't have data? I need the data. I need all the data. I don't really have reference material. This is what I've been trying to explain. I have the really bad pictures that I did. I mean, I will send here. Let me do this right now. Well, if I say I will do it later, yeah, that's not happening because I'm brain dead today. But I don't really have reference material because I don't like any of the pictures that I did. Let's just say that right. Wait, where are the characters? Where'd my characters folder go? There it is. Had a moment there. Wait just a second. Okay. I'm better. Had a moment where I loaded up where the pictures were supposed to be, and there was nothing but empty space. And that made me very not happy, because there should have been the character artworks. Wow, I accidentally put two different characters in one folder. Wow, this is a mess. I apologize for what you're going to be getting, but you asked for it. So, why is art always so hard? Why do I? Those are just Laura's Tugwaddle pictures. Where's the... Okay, so I don't know where the other picture is right now, right off the top of my head. I know where Laura's Tugwaddles are.
Your nightmares.
I put them in the right place. And they're adorable, especially compared to the poor Tugwaddle I tried to draw. My Tugwaddle looks like an angry rat that has been tortured for so long that it has given up and turned to villainy. Is not good. Is not good in any way, shape, or form. Can't even pretend. There's no pretending. Anyway, I sent you the two pictures I did of Scythe. I have a Hero Forge that's basically the same picture, just in Hero Forge style. Because at least the character in question is a little assassin, and so since they, at least when I was making the Hero Forge minis, did not have any vine-like hair, I kept putting a hood on her because she doesn't have hair. But she's not bald. Vegetal matter. Vegetal matter. But here, let me, because this is not spelled the way it sounds. Spell that right? I did spell that right. Grab the Wikipedia link. So the murder radishes in my setting, the Nefrir, are actually inspired by the Naripan, except for they live for longer than a day. Because that would be really hard to tell a story. It'd be like a fan from my character's point of view, because every day there would be a new one. And that no, not doing that. But there, Spence. I sent you some things, and the Wikipedia article is mainly how to spell Naripan. There are some images in there, but so on the topic of art, I am not sure how I want this card to look, and I keep going back and forth on it, and I don't. I'm giving myself feelings, but they're more like, maybe feelings, which are not feelings. I don't know. I think I should stop rambling and just do another sprint, because I'm rambling so much because all I want to do is continue ranting about the thing that I was ranting about last stream, because I haven't let it go. I'm trying to let it go.
Most of my podcast episodes are rants of things not to do in a horror novel.
I just I think it's also okay. So real talk for a minute. There's a part of the song where it gets serious and they start talking for absolutely no reason, so you know that they're serious. I think what's pissed me off about it more than anything else is one of the students in the class actually asked the teacher for permission and then asked me for permission to quote my paper in their paper, to cite my paper as a source in their paper. And because Penny knows that I have issues, she said yes. Because she knows that there's a thing that I need to work on in myself. And I've tried. So I've got like citing your sources is a big bugaboo in my brain right now. So I'm going to go work on party picture. Maybe. I don't know if it's going to be pretty or not. I need to put a dead fish in it.
Oh, what type of fish?
It's Raphael, and if you don't know the wonderful story of Raphael, he runs around with Tobit. Well, he runs around with Tobias, who's Tobit's son. And they have madcap adventures together. And at one point, they're walking by the river, and the demon Osmodeus shows up and is like, "Roar! I'm going to kill you!" And at this point, they've been walking all day, and Raphael is just tired because they've been walking all day. And mind you, at this point, Tobias has no idea he's been hanging out with an angel the whole time. This is very important to the story. Like, they just met on the road and decided, hey, let's walk together. And like, big demon, roar, I kill you now. And Osmodeus and Raphael just reaches into the stream, pulls out a fish, pops it open, pops the demon in the fish, sews the fish up, and flings the fish out into the sea. Like, I just didn't feel like dealing with him right now. And it's one of my favorite scenes in any biblical book ever, because it's just an angel who's too tired to like cope, who just traps a demon in a fish and flings it out to sea. Because what else are you gonna do? I don't know. It just I love it so much. And poor Tobias, who's standing there like, what just happened? And he's like, oh yeah, I'm an angel, by the way. What? What? Like, yeah, I was just walking. I saw you walking. I thought, hey, I'll walk with that guy. It's fine. But you're a what? You're a what? And then the story takes like a weird turn as like Tobias is like freaking out. Like, what? What's happening? What? Is this my life? It's like, all I needed to do was go sell something so I could get medicine for my dad. He's like, oh yeah, I heard you say your dad was sick, and I've really felt sorry for him. He's healed. He's been healed this whole time. I thought you were just on the road to the market. And he's like, what? Yeah. Like, as soon as you said your dad was sick, I was like, oh man, that sucks. And went bam and healed him. And like, I just thought we were walking to the market together. What? Like, I mean, chef's kiss for a biblical story. Like, it's just so good because it just basically ends with that face from every 90s comedy of the guy just going, huh? And then, roll credits.
Very nice. Very nice.
It was an archangel all along. Hey, little cutie.
He's
Look
one.
at that fluffy butt.
Hey, little
That's his
floater.
face.
I wasn't talking about you, princess. But
Yes, sir. Oh, down he goes.
You're so much jealous, Megan. Aw.
yes,
Aw,
she's
little
also
girl.
hungry. She's like, it's dinner time, don't you think?
You wanna come
I'm
up
like,
here?
you've got 30 minutes. You can wait.
You're just going to lay there, aren't you?
Yeah.
You're just going to lay there in your
Mhm.
Brian's Not Home
Mhm.
depression.
Yeah.
My woman left
Aw.
me.
Aw.
My woman left me. So sad.
I have no puppers to show it.
Like hit by a pubic in the face. Ooh, wait, what? What happened? You okay, Tom? Or is this a
What'd
joke?
you do, Tom?
I think it may have been a joke. Please tell me you didn't get hit by a Buick.
I think
I'm
it's
very
the
little
face
today.
with no bias when you figured out it's an archangel.
What? Oh,
I think-
the look. Yeah, that might be. I don't know. I'm very literal today. Brain don't work. Sorry. I thought we were gonna be best friends. Best friends don't let their friends dead be. And they don't have fun going to the market together. Did I misread the situation? Yeah, that's pretty much the book. Like because the moral of the story is, give to charity, like be nice to people, and good things will happen to you. Like that's literally the moral of the book. Because along the road, when right before he meets Raphael, he meets a beggar that, according to some interpretations, may have been the archangel pretending to be a beggar. But there's nothing in text to hint at that, especially because later he's just like, I don't know, I was just bored. But he meets a beggar and he gives the beggar some money to go get food, and then is kind of worried that he doesn't have enough money left to buy the medicine for his dad. And so the moral of the story is, like, you put good into the world, good will come back to you. But yeah, it's yeah. Oh, it's such a good story. It's one of my favorites because it's just a madcap adventure of an archangel and his pet human. Like, once you know the spoiler, the book gets so much more interesting because, I mean, he doesn't infantilize the human, but like he has no cares and concerns. And if you don't know the spoiler at the end, it's like, who is this like sociopath that you're walking around with? And it's like, no, it's an immortal being that really doesn't have to care about any of these things because is immortal. Not a sociopath, just a demigod. It's fine. Everything's fine. Why don't they talk about that book more? Oh, because it talks about being nice to people. I forgot. We're not supposed to talk about the being nice part. Yeah. Answered my own question. Bye-bye, Rexy. I'm not gonna say it. That's good. For anybody who's old enough who doesn't know who wants to know what I said, it's just an Empire Records quote that wanted to come out of my mouth that is not. Will not let it. I will say the corollary, though. I guess it's Rex Manning Day. Bye, T-Rexy.
Who am I gonna choose now?
I'm still going with Marshmallow Man.
Gojira is kinda dinosaur-y.
He's mine.
I'm going with the two wolves-like things.
Ralph.
Werewolves.
Ralph.
Ralph.
And there's also a gorilla named George. That's the white gorilla. Alrighty. I swear I'm going to get something done today, even if it's just a little bit. make sure you're saving your work. Got halfway doing a thing with Carrie earlier today and then went, I have not saved this at all. Save your work.
Oh, I sent you a bunch of stuff relating to that on Discord.
Nice. Yeah, let's just go ahead and get started. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go.
actually won.
Xenomorph actually won. I am shocked. Maybe Ridley Scott's not coming back to the franchise. I should say I kid right there, but no. You know, you've had a weird moment in your fandom when you get excited for like a brief period of time when the guy who made Chappie was like, I want to make an alien movie. And you're like, you're not Ridley Scott. That would be wonderful. He's still the guy that made Chappie, but not Ridley Scott. So I got excited anyway. Movie never happened, but sounds awesome. Alrighty, how did everybody do? I worked more on Big Fish.
What did I do? Oh, I fed the dogs, took them out, and then I came back and what did I do? I kind of just sat here and stared at things, I think.
That's a mood. That's what I wanted to do.
I recorded the audio for the podcast episode, and we're not editing it.
Woo!
That is super exciting. And no, I'm not continuing to work on the picture. I just realized that I should have done a thing that I did not do. And I'm doing it now. So, because I know myself, I will forget if I don't just do it. Because that's how my brain works today. Or I guess I should say, it's how my brain does not work today. It's how I'm pretending to be functional. There we go. Them's words that work. And now the fun bit, I get to make the fun with vectors. When you realize
What is functional?
it's this thing that a lot of people think that I am, and they're so wrong. There we go. Is fixed. Wanted to get rid of the fish's weird eye. And I have now. Don't know if it made it better or worse, but is different. And sure, different's fine. Different's good. I can live with different. Alrighty. Stop fiddling. You can start another sprint if you really want to continue fiddling. Alright. So, actually, I have peoples here. I can hit all the buttons. Wait, what?
What do you hear, Carrie?
Anna's been blocked up for the past couple days, and she's not anymore.
Yay.
She must have filled her pants.
Oh no. Oh no, that's...
Fortunately, we are still in the pull-ups stage of potty training, so mess is minimal, but...
So that's kind of where I'm at right now.
Nice.
Ooh.
Ooh.
I don't know. I kind of like where I'm going with it. I don't know. I'm doing things. But
The shadow in the center is kind of distracting. It makes it a little difficult for my brain to like comprehend what I'm looking at. Like initially, it took me a moment, and then I was like, "Oh," because it kind of looks like a crow almost. The shadow in the
see, that's the question
center.
of, do I want to get rid of stuff like that? Because these are meant for meditation, and crows would not be an inappropriate thing to see.
Yeah, that is true.
So, like, yeah, that's where I'm really fighting with this. Is it's not about having perfect pictures. It's about having, at least this is my philosophy going into making a
Maybe put a little more distance between the fish and the angel, the archangel,
Yeah, that might be a
so
thing.
that way there's some difference.
Yeah, because originally I was doing a yin yang thing. Like you can still see very faintly in the background the tail fin of the other fish that has slowly been disappearing. Because it looked weird. It looked like he had one fish for a wing and a wing on his other shoulder. Decided against that. But yeah, I'm doing things. All the things. Let's see, into the chat. Okay, so this week is my last week of class, and then we have a 3-week hiatus. And class does not start up again until the 24th. And that's going to make these Wednesdays weird. I need to have a round table at some point with my general co-hosts and figure out what we're going to do about that, because I think time zones are the devil, and I can't remember if I'm remembering the corrected times or the original times or the times that I corrected for somebody that was in Eastern time zone, or if they're in my time zone. My brain, time and I, not friends. But I will either be able to be here for maybe the very beginning, and then y'all can keep doing stuff. I don't know what's going to happen. But starting on the 24th, things are going to get weird.
Takeover time.
So just so y'all know, it's gonna 24th is going to be a strange day, because I'm going to be in class having a panic attack because I feel like I should be streaming. It'll be fun.
Oh man.
New class, who dis? Why am I here? I should be doing my other thing. Yeah, I'll pray for me. I will have all the anxiety on the 24th. Like
Oh man.
all of the anxiety will completely like crash down. It also doesn't help that this class is actually taught by the founder of the order that I'm in. So no pressure to not be an idiot. Like, he's a really nice guy. I've met him quite a few times. So I don't really think it's going to be a problem. He's not very judgmental at all, because have you met me? Like, I'm fairly indicative of the kinds of people here. But still, like, you get into a public shouting match with John Paul II. Like that. You're still in a public shouting match with Cardinal Ratzinger, which is funny. They've been writing books back and forth at each other for like 2 decades now. It's fun. So anyway, after this week, I have some freedom of some sort. Yes, very much. Don't get me started. I want to read. Okay, I sort of tried 4 searches. Ooh.
You mean this Vertigo poster?
Ooh.
She wants to know what the swirl spirals are called.
I have
I
no.
thought they were like stencil graphs or something.
It's something like that. There is a word for it.
Spiralographs?
It has been so long since I took design class.
We used
I
to
mean-
have a kid version that would let you do these different things.
I think Cat
I
was
remember
born by-
those.
I'm
Yeah, I
pretty
had
sure
one
Cat was
too.
born by the time I graduated. Oh, I'm old. I'm fine. Everything's fine. Eh, okay. Ooh, that sounds so good. Nice. Another 800? That is amazing. And assuming that I was going to ask that, yes, another. Like, we're on
Okay,
a-
I just looked it up. They're called spirographs.
Spirographs. Cool.
Because I thought Spirograph was the brand name.
It might be.
Because that's the problem. It may just be what it's called now. Like, they may have deprecated whatever the original term was. We've done that for quite a few things. But I remember it being called a thing. Because it's actually a technique. It's a pop art technique where you repeat the same shape, but either rotate it or move it slightly each time. And there's actually a name for that, but I don't. I remember enough to remember that I was told that. And here's where the reading endeth. Like, it's yeah. I don't remember past that point. Okay, so real quick on that, yes, and a lot of things. The fun thing about the archangels is everyone disagrees about them a lot. If you get 3 people together to talk about angels in general, you'll get about 6 opinions by the time you're done, because everybody disagrees a lot. His name quite literally means the healing of God. Literally. That's what Rapha is, healing. It's health. So Raphael, healing of God. But he's also the guardian of all travelers. And a lot of that comes from the story of Tobit that I just mentioned. He also shows up in one of the pseudepigrapha books, where it's just like the whole moral of that book is like, be careful, because you never know when Raphael's just going to sneak into the group with you. Like, he's always there, just like looking to join you, and like it'll be fine, but he's got enemies, y'all. Like demons will come, but he'll get you through. But if a weird guy shows up, there might be demons. There's been a lot of stories like that about him. Oh.
Awesome.
I'm fine. I'm not going to cry over chocolate chip cookies. I'm not. It's fine. Oh. Right. Sure. Internet, Tabat Bash, and chat. See, I want all of this. Like, yeah, that is such. Like, if you have any questions about movie posters, just to put all the weight on Laura's shoulders, because haha is funny. Ask Laura. She probably owns it. She has like the best collection of movie posters. I have a bunch of movie posters throughout the house because I'm also a big fan of movie posters. I thought I had a really good collection of movie posters, and then Laura. And I'm just like, no. Is no competition. Like, yeah, no.
I have
like,
one movie poster. It's Hocus Pocus. That's it.
I have 0, so I have like no art on
Yeah,
And
my
I
wall
just
at
got it
all.
this year.
So my official internal brain court ruling on Hocus Pocus 2 is I'm going to take her at her word that she did not mean what she said the way it came across. And if she disappoints me again, I'm going to bury Manilow all over her. Like, I'm just going to show up everywhere she is, and I'm just going to sing Mandy at the top of my lungs. And she will have to deal. And I will do my best to sing as off-key as I possibly can, because that's the only way it's fun to sing Mandy. Which is a song about a dog, by the way. For everybody who thinks that's a romantic song, y'all are gross. Y'all are gross. It's a song about his dog. Pay closer attention to the lyrics. Ain't nobody falling in love with Mandy, okay? It was his dog. Barry Manilow was very gay, very much in the closet, and wrote a song about his dog and how much he likes hanging out with his dog. Stop it. Yeah. Anyway. So yeah, I'm also, it's got Kathy Najimy in it, and I feel like she cancels out. Like it's like where you start doing the like turf math. Like, Kathy Najimy actually shows up at Pride. They both do Pride events. I've seen Kathy Najimy actually raise money for trans kids. So as we start adding things up, and I don't know where Sarah Jessica Parker fits in all of this, because I feel like it's whatever her agent tells her will make her the most money. Because I just feel like Sarah Jessica Parker doesn't have opinions of her own. I might be wrong about that. I just feel like her public persona is whatever makes money. Like, will it get me another Sex and the City movie? Will this get me another Sex and the City movie? I need the money. I need more shoes. Like, that just feels like her vibe. So, and I may really be selling her short, but it is the feeling I get. Yeah. Kathy, because she is amazing. She's a little ray of sunshine, and I mean, my heart is still kind of broken that I did see that tweet that Bette Midler put out, because Bette, you got your start at gay bathhouses, for goodness sakes. Like, you've been grandfathered in. You're one of us. How could you? But I take her at. I'm trying to treat people how I would want to be treated, and if I said something that I did not realize was a bad, I would want the benefit of the doubt when I said I'm sorry. Because in my life, I've said many things that I did not realize were bad. Because we've all had a lot of learning.
But if so, someone needs to teach her how to make an apology. That was just...
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't.
You're how old and you still haven't mastered the apology yet?
I think that's a cultural problem, though. Like, we don't do apologies well as a collective people. Just saying, we bad at that.
Shifting blame seems to be a hobby.
Yeah.
Well, we have this problem of if you change your mind or if you accept correction, it is a sign of weakness. It's not, but we tend to treat people like it is. Like, I have some lib friends that I actually heard make fun of somebody because they actually changed their mind and are now on our side on an issue. And I'm just like, why are you making fun of them for being a wishy-washy? We wanted them to change their mind, didn't we? Like, what? Wasn't that the point? But when you look
also, if somebody has apologized and are trying to change their ways, don't keep flinging it in their face every 5 seconds. Like, if they're actually trying to make a change and you can see that they're trying to make a change,
yep,
don't keep dragging them down. Let them change.
Because, and I also do believe that change needs to be proportional. Like, she did a tweet that was bad. She did a tweet that was kind of an apology. Whatever. Like, if Robert Galbraith decided to mea culpa at some point, I need to see the money, Joe. You've given a lot of money to bad causes that have hurt a lot of people. Words will not make amends. And that's kind of how I see this. Like, I'm not going to name names because we'll get into stories about bad people, but like, we were having this conversation the other day about the people in the Me Too movement who were named and shamed for what they had done. And is there anything that they can do to recoup their image? And no, like, well, I guess what we ended up coming to is it really depends on what they did. There's certain movie moguls who did the naughties to people against their will that no, sorry, you touched people bad in a bad way. No, we're not no apology will suffice for that. But if somebody just said words, because we got on the topic of, because we don't understand how cancellation works. My friends and I have been trying to understand this for years, because like Mel Gibson is doing movies again and never said he was sorry for any of the things, yet he's still supposedly canceled. Like, we don't understand how this works, and we're trying to figure out the math of it. And like, we basically came up with a number figure of how much money he would have to give to causes that are helping to fight anti-Semitism for us to accept an apology, because he's given so much, because we know how much money he gave to groups that support anti-Semitism, and how much money he's made off of his anti-Semitism. And like that's what making amends would actually look like. Is you hurt people, you have to actually make amends.
You have to undo the hurt
Yeah, you have
as best as you can.
Yeah, because you'll never be able to erase it and make it go away. But you can't just like words don't suffice at a certain point. And when it's just words, because that's the issue with that for me, right? It's just words. I have not seen actions that have done the harm. So it's kind of where I'm sitting on this. Yeah, turn an apology into an explanation. Yeah, because it's just, I mean, I think we need to, if we are going to insist on being a secular society, and I have no problem with that. I feel like I have to be very stern in saying that every time because I'm a religious person. I don't care if we're a secular society or not. I think society should be secular because I don't want my beliefs forced on anybody, and I definitely don't want anybody else's beliefs foisted on me. But we're going to have to figure out how to do the things. Like, what is shame? How do we do this? Are we going to do this?
A lot of people, like, as a society, we've moved away from our word having any meaning.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, people are now sorry for getting caught and not sorry for what they did. And so they will say sorry and not mean it because you can tell because they go right ahead and go back to what they were doing.
Yep.
And so, like, it's hard to, like, as a society, like, on the social medias, all you see are the, I'm so sorry, like, I've let down my followers. It's like, are you going to apologize to the victims? Like,
that's why I like Will Wheaton, is because when he messes up, he always gives a heartfelt apology, and then he changes his behavior, and it's like, oh, this is wonderful. Like, more people should do this.
I have throughout my life been so mad at Will Wheaton for so many things over time because he has done some dumbs. Like he has done some dumbs, but yeah, he has demonstrated through action. But that's the thing is we have to have, for most people, a road to redemption.
Yeah.
Like there has to be a way out, a way back out. Because
if you want to ever be able to be forgiven, you have to give other people chances too.
And this is such a conversation we need to be having that we're not. And it's frustrating because we're having like half of it, like how do we punish? And like, okay, yeah, not a bad place to start. Like, yes, we need to get we need to try to fix a lot of the stuff, though we're not really. I mean, EA is still allowed to do all the stuff that it's doing. They basically went, yeah, we did the bad things. Have you seen our new game? And it's going to make money. They're not going to, like Warcraft, all the stuff going on behind the scenes at Warcraft that came out and stuff. Like, all that. I guess to me, the biggest problem that I'm having and why I feel like I have to explain my position on the Hocus Pocus movie is just we've gotten to a point where we are condemning people for not participating in the cancellation of people that we feel should be canceled. And like, look, I don't like what J.K. Rowling is doing. I think that she's being very harmful. If you still find meaning from her stuff, one, I'm not going to judge you. Two, please go to FanWorks because one, the FanWorks are so much better than the actual books in most cases. Like if you need your Harry Potter movie fix and you don't own them and you don't want to give time on the streaming services, look up The Marauders. Just watch that. It's a great movie. There's a lot of really good Harry Potter fanfic films out there that are just so good, and we don't have to worry about her getting the money off of them. There are places that you can go for that, but am I going to judge somebody if they buy a new plushie or a new Funko Pop? No. because life is hard, life is harsh, life is a painful pit of misery sometimes. If you find joy in something, I am never going to be the person that takes that joy away from you. And I kind of want more people to accept, like, we can't, no actor is perfect. No action is perfect.
No human is perfect.
If I can quote my favorite, most misquoted line in the world, there is no ethical consumption under capitalism. Because there isn't. If you or anybody else that you know is fooling themselves into thinking that I did a good capitalism, somebody got hurt. Somebody was forced to work when they were sick. Somebody missed their parents' funeral. So somewhere along the way in that supply chain, something bad happened to somebody, because that's the nature of the beast. Somebody got hurt at the factory because they weren't putting up the safety guardrails. Something like it's that doesn't make you a bad person. It's just realize there's no way to be perfect. I'm trying to tell myself this so I don't do a rage video about somebody that did a video that made me angry. Like, I need to come to forgiveness, or at least like tweet at her and be like, "So, what did you think about?" And pick a passage from the book and see if I get a response. Because I really feel like she did. Anyway, fine. I'm fine. It is 7 o'clock. It is time to run away before I rehash old grievances. I almost had a moment where I was like, who are we going to raid? And then realized I neither have 1,000 followers, nor are we on Twitch. This is a lot. So stop holding actors and athletes up as superheroes. Yes. Yes. Because we got into an argument with somebody the other day who, in the same sentence, dead named Elliot Page and then said John Wayne. It actually happened in real life. I saw it with my own two eyes and was like, you're the bad joke that I've been making. You're literally the living embodiment of the bad joke that I've been making. If you're not going to call Elliot, you have to call John Marion.
And so many other actors there that use stage names.
Yeah. Because, my biggest beef with Jared Leto is not all the things stories I've heard about how horrible he is to people, because all I have is anecdotes on that. Like, could be true, could be people that just don't like him. I don't know. Not there. I've never enjoyed Jared Leto in a movie ever. Please stop putting Jared Leto in movies. I will be happier. That's my beef. And I also don't understand how he keeps getting roles, because movies that he's in, especially movies he headlines, don't perform well. I'm more curious of who's he blackmailing. Like, I feel like there's a deeper story here we're not getting into. Like, it's like Nicolas Cage. No, I did that on purpose, because Nicolas Cage got all the jobs that he did because people knew that he was a Coppola. That's why he changed his name, is he didn't want people to know he was a Coppola. And most people outside the industry did not know, but inside the industry they did, and were hiring him because they liked his family. Like, it was still the nepotism, and he eventually came out and was like, yeah, it's hell of it. That's why Nicolas Cage is Nicolas Cage, is he was trying to avoid all that. Also, ironically, so that's anyway. But yeah,
and now he has the massive weight of unbearable talent.
Okay, I will find it again if y'all want me to. There was an interview with him in Parade magazine that makes me feel like he might be the only sane person on planet Earth, and I'm still have not forgiven the world for that. Because they ask him about all the crazy things that he's done, and his explanations of them are like, oh, okay. That why does that make sense now? Wait. Oh, and you did that because Oh yeah. Wait. Like, I have a really, really bad feeling that Nicolas Cage may be the only sane person on Earth, and that really worries me. It really worries me. I am now also convinced that he is from the same plane of existence that David Bowie and Prince are from, and one day he will lead us back, and we will be back with the purple one. And David. Alrighty, I'm going to get going. This Thursday I will be late for the stream because class. I think, yeah. Friday we might continue with the No Man's Sky if y'all are enjoying that. I've been enjoying it, but if y'all aren't, we'll find something else. But probably will be game. Yeah, that's me. Anybody have anything other?
If you want to participate in the We Will Not Go Back feminist video anthology, let me know and I will give you all the details. You can did you add the link tree to? Oh, we don't have what you
Yeah,
call it here.
It's
Boo.
my link. My Nightbot will not work on YouTube for some
Boo,
reason.
Nightbot. Okay, so you can follow me on Twitter at I'm Megan McCarthy or on Instagram, Megan McCarthy Author, and then you can contact me and I'll give you all the details. Otherwise, you can just check out my video on my channel and it'll give you the details all on there. So hopefully that makes sense.
We love your chattiness, Paget.
Yeah,
Yes, we do love your chattiness.
especially today because I feel so like it made me feel like it was worth doing the stream. Like it's not like I'm in such a scatterbrained place, knowing that it helped at least one person get some stuff done. It's all worth it. All right, anybody? Anything else?
Less than 2 weeks. This is out.
Yay!
Less than 2 weeks. Ebook is on pre-order on Amazon.
Woot woot.
Yay!
And I think I'm like 12 episodes into volume 2 now, which is over on Vella and my Ko-fi.
Nice.
Laura is just awesome.
Hi.
I'm probably not going to promote anything, but I have to say that
I
she is
have
awesome.
a stream Friday night / Saturday morning. A few of us are doing a 24-hour write-a-thon, trying to get 10K words. So my stream is 11:30 at night to 2 a.m. Eastern. And on August 2nd, Tuesday, I have a writing descriptions workshop where if you want help writing descriptions in your story, let me know. I can help you with that live on the YouTubes.
Woohoo! And there will be so much
And your podcast.
Yes. Twisted Tendrils, horrific writing advice. New episodes Friday.
Alrighty, have the fun, y'all. Bye.